So this is the current construction project that I got going on. As you can see, I'm planning to expand the driveway, so I dug out the area where I plan to expand it. And part of this project involved cleaning up a situation which was occurring here where the ground level was higher than the cement, which you can see is kind of cracked right now, and it was causing a lot of water to kind of wind up on the driveway, which in retrospect looks a lot better than a giant crater in the front yard. But uh, you know, sometimes you got to go back to make progress. So what I did is I basically installed this drain system that starts around here and basically takes the water in from that hill and pushes it down all the way to the backyard. And as you can see, it's kind of a scar across the landscape. And the intent is to make it better, hopefully soon. So anyways, continuing to the back, this is kind of the situation we have going on. What I'm working on slowly is trying to make it so that the slope doesn't come down towards the house. As you can see, it might not be very easy to see, but over here where I've kind of started digging out, the slope actually goes that way, away from the house, at least better than it used to. But if you kind of look maybe at it from that angle, you can see that it kind of actually curves up, and it's kind of coming down in a that direction. And so what it created was this circumstance where you can see all that kind of tan stuff. That's dirt that I've dug up from other areas and kind of started putting into that like central trough area where the water was originally flowing to, with the intention being to make it slope all the way down to that side point, to that cut that's in the ground, and then fill that all in with rocks and stuff, so that becomes where the water actually flows to, and deposits into. So continuing back, I've installed these makeshift ramps because it's so muddy, as you can see, and that's just because the water basically sits there, and especially when it rains heavy, it's winter season, it gets really bad, which is since the reason that we started this project. So this is, like, as I said, mud that I've moved. A lot of it was from there. I had some other stuff from the project that I was working on in the front yard, which actually wound up being pretty good. But effectively, that's kind of the plan, is to fill this up, because you can see it, like, that's actually higher than that right now. So I need a lot more dirt to even make it reasonable. And also, as you can see, that actually is a lot higher. It starts going up towards my neighbor's yard. So I actually have to dig out kind of that whole area, or, really put dirt, kind of a lot of dirt down, so that the slope goes down to the crack instead of up away from it. It's a lot of work. As you can see, I started doing it over there, like up to this point. As you can see, I wasn't able to make the slope proper because I dug for a while, and it just, it's just not easy. It's just not easy work. So anyways, continuing back, we see the giant pipes from my neighbor's house, which is actually from a creek on the other side of their house, sort of, that fills up when it rains. And as you can see, two massive troughs that I assume collect water from the ground and deposit it directly into our yard. So something we're gonna have to do is obviously connect those pipes and somehow connect them and push them all the way down. And that's kind of the plan eventually. These are the trees that are all being taken away. As you can see, our property line actually extends quite a ways. But you can see this area is kind of unusable because of all the trees. Our property actually goes all the way over here. And so that's where our fence is going to be. And you can see how far away from the house I am right now. with the fence ideally going kind of back towards where my car is, and kind of encompassing this whole area, and it goes all the way kind of back this way. So our yard is actually really, really big when you just look at it in terms of actual size, but usable size right now it's very small. So here is where the stream kind of crosses, and it continues all the way down back over to that flag right there. And all of this is kind of sloping down. If I go all the way down here to this flag, you can see how much lower I am from my house. It's maybe hard to see, but if I kind of do this, you can kind of see that it's actually heading up quite a bit. In fact, it's probably a good 3 feet of difference. And so basically all of these trees, my plan is to get rid of them so that I can start piling dirt here and start raising the level, with the intention of eventually creating a retaining wall that is going to basically come around here and kind of create a barrier for that dirt and ultimately make it level. You can see I've started the retaining wall. This is the first project that I ever did, and it's over here at Squishy too for the exact same reason. Water, freaking water. But you can see this retaining wall is actually not bad looking. I created this, you know, not bad. I got to fill the tops in with topsoil and probably put some tarp down so that, you know, stuff doesn't grow. But you can see it basically holds whatever's, and it's going to eventually, what I want to do is continue it, cutting across here, create like a staircase so it raises me up about probably 3 feet, as I said, and the retaining wall will continue all the way down over here and ultimately over to that flag and across to encompass the yard. It's a humongous project, and that's why I look and I say every single day, it's like everything I do makes absolutely no impact on this thing because it's so insignificant in scope. But I mean, what else can you do, you know? So the next thing obviously is to deal with this and get this covered up somehow. And you can even see it rained yesterday and the stream is actually running because that's how much water is coming from those pipes. And you know, it creates kind of a bad situation, you know, mosquitoes could wind up here. It doesn't happen, but it could happen. And that's kind of the situation we got going on right now. But this tree is currently going to stay, and so will that giant tree right there, which is literally like, both of these trees are like, that one's like 50 feet, I swear to God. And this one as well, I kind of like this tree, even though its location is kind of annoying, literally being right next to the drainage. That's all.